All right, good day. It is late. I wanted to upload a quick lesson. Insight into the musings of the mind of Rue. Probably the deepest, darkest, like, whole, I don't know. Sounds horrible. No, I'm joking. All right, because it's just me thinking about guitars and fishing. All right, look, I have an interesting kind of way of thinking when it comes to music, in that it's interesting to me because I like it. I find it interesting, but to no one else it's interesting. I played the violin growing up. I played classical violin, played in a youth orchestra, all that, blah, blah, blah. And I remember being a kid and I learned a G major scale, right? And I thought, oh, cool, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And then my teacher one day was like, we're gonna learn the D major scale. I was like, oh, circle of fifths, I know that. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And I was like, but it's the same. Like, something in my head clicked, right? I was like, it's the same as the tone from 1 to 2, tone from 2 to 3, semitone from 3 to 4, tone 4 to 5, tone 5 to 6, semitone to 7, tone to 7, semitone to 1. I was like, wow. I was playing fiddle, mind you, not guitar. But it really made me think. The major scale is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in classical music, when you play harmonic minor, right? 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. You sharpen things on the way down. So you'd go in G, It's very odd to say the average musician. But that made me think, like, a lot of people I knew struggled with learning that because they'd be thinking, oh, B and then B flat. But I was thinking, well, it's just a half step below the 3, so it's a flat 3, right? So then when I was learning triads and arpeggios, I said to my teacher, I was like, well, I don't really think like this. And she was like, well, yeah, the way you're thinking is valid. I remember, I never forget that lesson. Marina Hopcroft is who I had that lesson with. Great teacher. I was a terrible student. Sorry, Marina. But amazing fiddle player, great teacher. I remember thinking, like, wow, it's just 1, 3, 5. Minor is 1, flat 3, 5, you know, augmented, diminished. And then learning my major 7 arpeggios. And think, and you're like, wow. Oh, my cat's just coming out from hiding. Anyway, the whole point is, when I started to think of things in relationships as intervals and numbers, everything became a lot easier for me and became a very transferable skill. So if I was to take B flat, and I'm going to play 1, sharp 4, flat 2, 7, 1. And then above that, I want to play 7, 5, 1, 2, 3. I think I said the numbers I was going to play right. But even if I was just going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. Or if I wanted to play in F, 3 note per string scales, right? I can just think of the interval and think numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Say I wanted to do 4 notes per string. It's going to be hard at first, but because I'm thinking of the interval and the number, it's easy. And you can talk while doing it. Sorry. Maybe I shouldn't talk while doing it. But it becomes, easier. 5 notes per string. Never done this, actually. Can't go further. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you can think of things in terms of intervals and numbers, it opens up a lot quicker access to things. I know I have friends who say, like, oh, I struggle playing an A flat. And I think, well, it's just It's just, you know, it's just G, but upper half step, or A, down half step. Donna Lee's an A flat, opening in Charlie Parker's Swallow, right? God, that's such a great lick. Yeah, if you can think of stuff like that, it'll really help. So here's some cool exercises to get your brain thinking. I'm wearing shorts, by the way. Play a major scale and just shout the numbers, you know. Here's C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Play the exact same pattern anywhere on the fretboard and say the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Take your triads, do the same thing. Say, I'm gonna write down a random scribble of letters, G, B flat, A, D, C. And I'm gonna play the major triad, thinking of the intervals in relation to G and then in relation to B flat. 1, 3, 5, flat 3, 6, flat 7, 2, sharp 4, 6, sorry, and then D, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 1. But then if I think in relation to himself, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. It's easy. When you start thinking in numbers and intervals, you're really easily able to create more interesting chords, right? So here's a great exercise from Mr. Mick Goodrich, who I studied with, and that's a video for another day. And they're called chord cycles, right? So what you do is you take a triad, C. We're going to do what's called cycle 3. You can find all the cycles online. Cycle is moving down in pitch, but intervallically you're moving up in thirds, right? So here's a cycle 3. I'm going to go C, and then I'm going to go C, E, G, B, D, F, A, C. But I'm only going to move one note at a time because I'm voice leading. You do it up here. I can do them fast because I've practiced them a lot, obviously. But if I wanted to, I don't know, cycle 4. Cycle 4 is hard because you're going up in pitch and you've got to think of it intervallically different, but you're moving 2 notes at a time. So it's C, F, C, F, B, E, G, C. Oh, dude, C, F, and then I guess I have to move 2 notes. I can go to my B there, and then I go to my E, so I'm keeping that. Now if my E, I'm going to my G. So from my G, I can go, I can keep the B in the bass, but I don't really want to keep the B in the bass. Or actually, maybe I'm meant to go to A from here. That'll make more sense. A, and then I'm meant to go to my D, so my D is going to be here. Then I'm meant to go to my G. From my G, I'm meant to go back to my C. You've just watched me figure it out in real time. You know how I figured that out? C, E, and G, right? 1, 3, 5. The closest F chord shape available, or F note available, is the 5th. And I know that because I see the pattern here. 1, 5. So then I think 1, create that. I know it's a third above the 1. Now to get to the B, which is where most people are going to find it confusing. I can't move down in pitch to my B, but I know that the next part of this triad, which is a B diminished triad, is a flat 3. So there's my flat 3. I have to keep a note. Flat 3 above D is F. Flat 3 above that is going to be your B. Or 2 flat 3s above. Basically, so on and so forth. Numbers, they're a wonderful thing. Lessons, I'm not good at giving them. Talking, I'm not good at that. But, as the guitar says, right? Nice. Really, it should be spoken like that bit in Rick Douglas, MD, Dark Place, where Matt Berry goes, "What's the deal between you and this Renwick customer?" Anyway, the point is, if you're able to think in numbers, you're able to play through incredible chord sequences, and do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do, but with much more ease. If you have to think of all the notes all the time, you're going to be having to think pretty fast. You know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. But if you can think of the intervals and what you're playing and practice that, I've personally found it to be a pretty quick jump. You know, if I was playing something like a... But I want to put something weird over top. C minor, F7, F9, C minor, F9, B flat 13. It's all whatever. I don't really know. Don't know much. I do know that this system has helped me a lot. So if you'd like to see more actual lessons from me, you know, let me know. I don't know what I can teach, but anyway, maybe I should do a rant about how people need to learn the fretboard. Dude, I heard some guy playing Purple Rain. Oh, what's going on, man? Practicing this stuff will help your ear a lot. It's always nice when your ear works. And you'll be able to do cool, weird stuff. It's my favorite Alan Holdsworth lick because it's the silliest. I think it's from The Drums Were Yellow from the 16 Men of Tain album. As a dude who knew his intervals in relation to the chord. This is another thing. If you can think in terms of numbers, you can think in relation to the chord. Sometimes it's really hip to end on the 6 of a 2-5. So there, sorry. Well, that's playing. Sorry, those are 3. See, I have to practice too. Someone's texting me. Okay, I'm just playing nonsense. What's a cool lick I can leave you with? I always liked Charlie Parker's lick at the top of Donnelly. Just pick any key. I don't know. B flat. So 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 7. 6, flat 6, 5, 3, 2, 7, 1, 7, 1, 2. I don't know, let's do it in F. D flat. Where's my D flat? Yeah, man. It's too late. I shouldn't be allowed to play anymore. Just playing rubbish. Maybe I should upload videos of me playing, like, for real. But yeah, if this lesson helped you at all, maybe I'll make more. Maybe I'll put some effort into them. I don't want to feel like I'm teaching like a lesson because so many guys have like the thing on that. Like I watch other guys do. Robbie Barnaby, Eli Koskov. I really like those guys playing. Eli and Robbie are really beautiful players. They just play beautifully over changes and imply cool stuff. Yeah. All right. Wrap your head around that. Probably the most rubbish lesson ever, but it's a placeholder until tomorrow, isn't it? I'm nearly at 1,000 subs. That's really cool. So yeah. If you all want, I'll keep giving lessons, but I don't know. Maybe the 1,000 subs is you get a lesson, like an hour long, like serious lesson. Ask me whatever you want, except maybe for my social security. All right.